Now today you may have noticed off to the corner here, this little symbol here. Those that know me quite well, you will know that I don't like the name that it usually goes by. But today I wanted to introduce a new segment, which I'm going to call, Ooh, that's a little sharp. And that's exactly what it is. It's a little sharp. So for this segment, I will be wearing my sharp sign. But today, for this segment, I wanted to talk about a meme that I found on Facebook. And I've shared it to my Facebook with my own little caption. But I'll read it to you. If you haven't already seen it, I will read it to you. What it had, we've got Boris from Britain, 80% salary for all retained workers. So, subsidy. Jacinta Ardern, wage subsidy of 585 New Zealand dollars per week. We've got Angela Merkel, replace wages of employees forced to work part-time. And then, of course, they want to pay out our Prime Minister, ScoMo. They've put slow-mo for him this time. And it says, how about you spend your own super? But what I want to talk about today, and it's a little sharp, but on the point of subsidies, wage subsidies, welfare increased payments, and all those sorts of things. Look, I really want to just read out what I've written on here, because I think that it's enough. Again, take of it what you will, but I'm 100% convicted to share this, because this is how it is. Like, there's no two ways about it. There's no saying, no, it's not this. So, yeah, like I said, I feel obliged to share it with you. At this time, I shouldn't be surprised, and yet I'm still quite amazed at the complacency. So what is it that we would like? Would we like government subsidy while the downturn is in effect? Is that what we want? Well, I have one question then. Where do you think that all of that money is going to come from? Here's the answer. Australia, and I am sure all other countries' governments, those that have central banks at least, have recently raised their debt ceilings. The amount of debt that they are able to have. The money you're either getting or indeed asking for in subsidies is borrowed money. Your governments are borrowing money to offer these subsidies in this time. It's filtered down from one place though. All of the money that's flooding economies right now is coming from one place. Do you know where that is? Where it's coming from? The Federal Reserve. Now, as of last week, the Federal Reserve has been lending out free money. 0% interest loans to these countries. Right? That's where the money's coming from. Our Reserve Bank has reduced the rate to 0.25%. It's not free, but it's almost free. Now, if you weren't already slaves to money, if we weren't already slaves to money, this now seals it. Like, the type of debt we're talking about is absolutely astronomical. Worldwide debt to the Federal Reserve is increasing ridiculously. What was I going to say? So when all of what's going on now is gone, and the dust has settled, it's going to be too late. Really, it was already too late, because we had the global financial crisis and still people didn't click. We've been spending and spending and spending, and that's all of us. As a society, as a world, we've been spending like there's no tomorrow, as if we'd forgotten 2007-8 and all through to 2010-11. But by all means, put your hands out for that free money, that expensive free money. Because you, me, we're all going to pay that money back 10 to 20-fold in taxes, and all of that extra money that we pay in interest and taxes and everything else, it's filtering to one place, the Federal Reserve. Their one goal: world ownership and world control. One world government is coming. And that's not conspiracy. So look, when we're talking about subsidies, when we're talking about cash handouts, where's it coming from is very important. And look, I know many will say something like, you never had to be on welfare, so what do you know about that? Some of you may not know that for quite a number of years now, I've been in training for knowing how to deal with and live off of less and less and less. So my money where my mouth is literally the truth. Been working on figuring out how to operate in a world that hasn't already come here yet. We haven't got to it, but this is a bit of a window opening to say, hey, this is what we're looking at. This is what we're coming towards. So hand out for that expensive free money by all means, but understand that $750 or whatever other subsidies you get, it's going to cost you 10 to 20 times more in the long run. It's better that you cut back on your expenses, you cut back on whatever it is you possibly can, and learn to just be self-sufficient as much as possible. It's never been more important. Now I know it's a little sharp, but it's true. I just wanted to share that with you. And sometimes, like I said, when we're sharing things, we have to be a bit sharp with what we say to get the point across. And again, as always, I'm sharing this with you for your benefit. I want you to benefit from this. It's not going to benefit me at all. The only thing I can do is go and sleep at night knowing that I shared it with as many as I could. But that's all that I really wanted to use this segment for in this time. But I dare say this segment will continue on. There will be other things that need to be shared in a bit of a sharp way. But until next time, it's a little bit sharp.